the message in
committee to the next Northwest region. It has become imperative and necessary for all Progressive Congress Equity and Justice Forum, North Central Zone of Nigeria, to speak up, rejecting the purported zoning arrangement released by the National Working Committee of our great party by calling on the national chairman of APC, the president-elect, vice president-elect, National Working Committee, and party faithfuls to bring out a zoning formula that is all inconclusive, fair, just to all regions of the country. The prevailing circumstances in the country calls for careful distribution of positions of governance for balance and equal representation. APC needs nothing but due diligence and consideration in how it goes about with the sharing formula of positions for equity and justice to prevail. What was a rumor and was seen as figment of the imagination of some few individuals has now become a reality when it was said that the position of the Speaker of the 10th Assembly of House of Representatives is zoned to the Northwest geopolitical region of Nigeria and microzone to an individual in addition to the same zone, taking the slot of the Deputy Senate President as released in a press statement by the National Working Committee of APC. It suffices to say, therefore, that in zoning positions of governance, certain parameters must be put into considerations. And these parameters, okay. Am I taking it from the beginning?
No, continue.
What?
Just continue. I think that you just have
Okay.
Please, just start.
Yeah, I think so. Good. Good. It has become very imperative and necessary for all Progressive Congress, Equity and Justice Forum, North Central Zone of Nigeria, to speak up, rejecting the purported zoning arrangement released by the National Working Committee of our great party, by calling on the national chairman of APC, the president-elect, vice president-elect, National Working Committee, and party faithfuls to bring out a zoning formula that is all inclusive, fair, just to all regions of the country. The prevailing circumstances in the country calls for careful distribution of positions of governance for balance and equal representation. APC needs nothing but due diligence and consideration in how it goes about with the sharing formula of positions for equity and justice to prevail. What was a rumor and was seen as figment of the imagination of some few individuals has now become a reality when it was said that the position of the speakership of the 10th Assembly of House of Representatives is zoned to Northwest geopolitical zone of Nigeria and microzone to an individual in addition to the same zone, taking the slot of the Deputy Senate President as released in a press statement by the National Working Committee of APC. It suffices to say, therefore, that in zoning positions of governance, certain parameters must be put into consideration, and these parameters are justice, equity, and fair play to all, which are cardinal principles that APC is anchored on. It will be unheard of to Nigerians to hear and confirm that the speakership's position and deputy senate seats, respectively, has been zoned to one geopolitical zone of Northwest region of Nigeria in total disregard and consideration of the people of the North Central Zone of Nigeria. The North Central states have played vital and key roles in the victory of APC has recorded in the 2023 national elections. The zone has always played the key role of stabilizing our nascent democracy because of its belief in the Nigerian project. The North Central deserves and demands the zoning of the Speaker House of Representatives to be zoned to it for perfect inclusion in the scheme of affairs of governance in the coming dispensation. Particularly that Northwest Zone of Nigeria has at several instances had a stint of the leadership position of the House of Representatives in 4 instances ranging from Right Honorable Salisu Buhari, Right Honorable Ganina Abba, Right Honorable Bello Masari, and lastly, Right Honorable Aminu Tambuwal, for a period of 12 years in the last 24 years of what is always said to be our nascent democracy in Nigeria. The North Central Zone of Nigeria has not at any given time produced the Speaker of the Federal House of Representatives. Given the stature and the spread of the first 6 positions of leadership and governance in Nigerian polity, when the president-elect will be sworn in, the North Central Zone, having played a vital part by winning in 4 states out of the 6 states, which is only second to the Southwest, would be left empty-handed without any form of key elected positions of authority as a fair deal of people of the North Central Zone. It is on this note that we as a forum, driven by the principle of equity and justice to all, and being part of the success story in terms of political participation and involvement in the victory of the APC as a party, is calling on the chairman of our great party, the president-elect, and the good people of APC to as a matter of concern for party interest, fairness to the people of North Central Zone, consider zoning the position of the Speaker of the House of Representatives to the good people of North Central Zone of Nigeria. We are taken aback by the reasons given by proponents of this unbalanced zoning that the North Central Zone has the APC national chairman. This is laughable because the chairman of APC is for APC members alone, while the 6 top elective positions are for governance and for all Nigerians. Secondly, party zoning is a different layer of zoning where all the geopolitical zones are taken care of, rendering their arguments fluid. It should also be noted and known that party positions are zoned to reflect adequate representation of all geopolitical zones, unlike now that North Central has been schemed out in totality of elected position of authority if the position of the National Working Committee prevails. Worthy of note is also that the North Central has not at any instance of the present democratic governance ever held the position of Speaker of the House of Representatives, despite always being stabilizers of our democracy in Nigeria. We are driven aback with the news of the zoning of the speakership to the Northwest by the National Working Committee of APC. As a forum that has the interests of the North Central at heart, we wish to state unequivocally that North Central geopolitical zone have eminently qualified people to be elected as Speaker of the House of Representatives. One person that ought to be given the right of first refusal is Right Honorable Ahmed Idris Wasi, CON, a loyal, high-ranking member with 16 years of legislative experience, during which he served in many communities and chaired the Committee on Federal Character, was elected Deputy Majority Leader and currently the Deputy Speaker of House of Representatives, who also doubles as the first Deputy Speaker of the ECOWAS Parliament. A great party man, a detribalized Nigerian with impeccable character and humility that will sustain the dignity and vibrancy of the of the green chambers will be able to synergize with the executive arm of government for good governance and the development of Nigeria. This personality is imbibed with wisdom, intelligence, and impeccable character that can unite the green chambers across party lines for the progress and purposeful legislation in the National Assembly for the common good of Nigerians. The idea of zoning is best done to achieve adequate representation of all aggregate political participants in the success story of a political party. It is therefore necessary and imperative for the All Progressive Congress to look inwards and rescind the position of the National Working Committee by zoning the speakership position to the North Central Zone of Nigeria, on which will give a broader view of equity and justice. Our passionate appeals to our dear party chairman, president, and vice president-elects respectively to use their God-given status in our nation and party to look inwards with retrospect and consider our plight as a people of North Central Zone for the speakership of the Green Chambers of the National Assembly. We are a people that are always poised in upholding the tenets of unity, progress, and development of our great party, the APC, and the Nigerian state at given chance. In conclusion, whatever sentiment that might have triggered the position of the National Working Committee in having to perfect what seems to be a purported rumor to fruition should be set aside so that justice should be seen to be done. The Nigerian state belongs to all of us, and we all have equal stake, so the needful should be done to avoid the Saraki and Dogara episodes from reoccurring. Thank you.
What?